Our next reader is a man that I have the distinct displeasure of calling a good personal friend. He's a man who needs, he deserves no introduction. So, Mitch, why don't you come up? Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Mitch Emerson reading his piece, Postage Due to the Fact That I Abhor You, Iowa City.
Thanks for letting me follow that. This is a letter that I recently wrote to our dear town, Iowa City. Dear Iowa City, in 2006 you had a tornado that came through and kicked your butt all over the place and left a massive trail of destruction in its wake. In 2008, a flood rolled in that destroyed your homes, your university buildings, your businesses, and basically peed on whatever the tornado couldn't destroy. What does this mean? God hates you. He hates you. He hates your sororities. He hates your favorite Dairy Queen. And oddly enough, he hates your churches. In the summer of 2010, God plans to try and kill you all again with the kind of humidity that could only be another sign of becoming Iowa Cidocalypse. God hates you, and so do I. But I was mostly okay with you until you laid me off. I never saw it coming. One day I had a job, and the next day it was gone. I was a panhandler. I performed a valuable service to the community. I was the guy that held up the cardboard sign that read, "Just 25 cents to read this sign." I thought it was smart too. Yeah, admit it. It made you smile awkwardly when you read it. I bet you even gave me a quarter the first few times you saw it, until the law of diminishing returns set in, and each time you saw it, it was slightly less funny than the last. I learned about the law of diminishing returns in an economics class at your prestigious University of Iowa. And to the university, thanks a pants load. We might yet all narrowly survive the wet, hot, sticky mess that is an Iowa City summer, only to be shipped tens of thousands of teenage rejects from Chicago's suburbia this fall. You know what I'm talking about? The tiny daddy's girl blondes whose father will give them the keys to the largest SUV known to man before they leave home to ensure his baby girl's safety on the return trip back home to the burbs. One can hardly blame her for hitting my 10-year-old Ford Contour. It's hard to drive when texting the other girls with the largest SUVs known to man. At least she was safe when she did it. This surge of student population will also bring in the douchebags who believe they have to drive 55 miles an hour in between stop signs down residential streets while packing a bong. I'd love to say that that is the worst sort of things that they do, but I would be remiss if I didn't comment on the future brain surgeon who tried to put a roofie in the drink of the blonde girl sitting next to me at the bar and missed. Thanks for whatever happened that night. Just so you know, I'm 2 weeks late. The metric volume of dollars that these kids' parents pump into the community is matched only by the metric volume of vomit that their spawn pump back out onto the flag mall on Friday nights. For years now, Iowa City has been a training camp for honing your underage drinking skills. After 4 years here, or 5, or 7, so let's see, I got here in 2000, and then took some time off. Find myself 9 years. Most students here will graduate with a bachelor's degree in inebriation. Sadly, not every student who comes to the university graduates, and some even flunk out, oftentimes in front of the sports column on Dollar You Call at night. I think that if you ever did do something right, it might just be this 21-year-old bar ordinance. Thank you for keeping drunken teenage monkeys away from my of-age monkey drunkenness. Nothing makes a person feel older than being over 29 in Iowa City. At 32, I half expect the red gem implanted in the palm of my hand to start blinking red. You don't get the reference. It's from the movie Logan's Run. Oh, I'm sorry. This is a city of literature. Not common man science fiction stories. Please forgive me for wasting your time. And speaking of wasting people's time, how many police officers does Iowa City need? There are too many police officers for too few citizens. I mean, what's next? Cameras in the Ped Mall? There's one there above Brothers. Don't look directly at it. I take a Marco's cab from the bar to wherever I'm going, be it 1 mile or 1 block. It keeps the 5-0 from wanting to talk to me, and they love to talk to me. They have nothing better to do than harass me at times, but I shouldn't complain too much. After all, they do kill homeless people. I thought that might happen. If there is one saving grace Iowa City has, it's the Deadwood Bar, and in particular the Tuesday night pub quiz. The announcer is a handsome man with nothing less than a voice and, dare I say, a heart of gold. I wasn't joking about that. He's really cool. Periodically, this announcer will raise awareness of the city's history through his pub quiz trivia questions. For instance, I wonder if people here are aware that Iowa City and Tokyo, Japan were the first 2 cities in the world to open sperm banks in 1965. Didn't know, did you? We've come a long way from 1965, though. Now, living in this amazing, futuristic wonderland, we have mobile sperm banks. You may know them as undergrads. Dr. Hunter S. Thompson was a resident of our fine community for a while, and I believe we may have been the cause of both his fear and his loathing. But even so, Iowa City, I hope you know that I love you, and I'm glad to be counted as one of your own. You have done some great things. I'm impressed that as a community you are progressive enough to recognize same-sex marriages. Your citizens are some of the gayest in the world. They deserve a chance to be just as miserable as everyone else. Oh, and I am really happy to see that you finally legalized marijuana. Oh, no, wait. Those are the notes for the 2013 roast. Well, in the meantime, I won't tell if you don't, okay? Iowa City, here's to you. Every last sweaty, pukey, drunky, stony last one of you. Now get off my lawn.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mitch Emerson. Thank you, Mitch. If you couldn't guess, he is the host of the Tuesday Night Pub Quiz at the Deadwood right across the street. So going in sometime, drink, answer questions. Somebody will puke on you. It's fun.